Night, there was a huge protest in San Diego. Now, as of this taping, the video is not available on the server that I use for this show. But what we know so far, that at least 1,000 people staged the anti-protest and at least 35 were arrested. Now, I'm not going to talk about placing blame. That is for another time. However, this leads into the topic of this week's show. The subject of what will happen in Cleveland this July at the Republican National Convention. As you may or may not know, I am in an unusual position as a commentator because I live here in Northeast Ohio, and I had my chance to go. However, I decided to stay home at my studio 35 miles away in Akron on the basis of what could happen and from the research that I've done. Now, you are probably wondering why. Is it because the Cleveland Police Department and what Mayor Frank Jackson and his staff has said publicly? Now, in this first clip from Reuters, Mayor Jackson and the Director of Public Safety, Michael McGrath, spoke about what the city of Cleveland will do.
Now, with this, we make sure everybody's welcome to the city of Cleveland. We want to put on our best face and our best show, so that because Cleveland will be seen all over the world, and we want you, however, to recognize that we are prepared and that we have done our due diligence.
Those individuals that provided the security network for the papal visit, for the nuclear summit, are the same people that are coming to Cleveland. And they're coming here with that experience. So this isn't a one-time thing for us. Well, for us it is, for as far as the convention goes, being designated an NSE event. But for them, it's not. And they will be our partners, the chief's partners.
Now, I know it's their job as city officials to say that, but let's be honest. The convention is not the same as a visit from the Pope or a nuclear summit. There is no comparison between them, and they know it. I do admire the fact that they were willing to try to keep the city at ease right now, because one of my friends that live there tell me it might turn into a disaster there. No question about it. Now, this leads me to the Cleveland Police. Now, in the same press conference, they spoke about what are their plans, and after the video, I will explain what is happening and what I see happening.
We are prepared, but that, again, does not happen overnight, and it does not happen without a lot of great partners, not just in the city that you see here, but in the state, in the county, and around this country. A lot of emphasis has been placed on the number of officers that the division is going to have to help it with those outer zones and with the rest of the city. Well, there are thousands of people on the state and the federal level, the county level, that aren't even counted in our plan that are going to be here to help secure this convention. So we are prepared. We are ready. And our partners are out there prepared and ready. There are going to be officers and individuals and things that you will never see, but they'll be here making sure this city is safe.
With security for them, or
again, we're not going to get into specifics on units and assignments and things like that, but the entire gamut from mounted officers to bike patrol officers to tactical officers to intelligence officers to logistics. I mean, you name it. You saw the 23 subcommittees. Everything that can possibly be brought to this city for a safety law enforcement component will be here.
We're not going to stand for any lawlessness. If someone breaks the law, we're going to take swift, appropriate, and constitutional action to mitigate that. But we're not going to stand for that. Anybody that wants to come into the city and let their voice be heard in a lawful manner, we're here to assist them. But anybody that goes sideways and is not following the law, there's going to be consequences, and we're going to deal with them, but it's going to be swift and it's going to be very professional.
When I was researching this, I did notice that cities decided not to help Cleveland. Cincinnati and Greensboro are the two cities that will not help with staffing. The latter stated in a story from the local ABC affiliate, WWS, basically they do not know what they're going to do or stay at. That's not good. You would think that the Cleveland Police Department would have had all that lined up beforehand. Makes no sense. Now my thoughts on this are this. I am watching the body language and it's not good at all. They are really worried to a point that they're almost scared. I say this because what people are saying in Cleveland and here, you might have a huge mess on their hands. What are they going to do? Send people to the outer ring cities or even here to Akron? That is not going to work this time like it did when then Mayor Michael White sent hundreds of homeless people to the ring cities when the Cleveland Indians went to the World Series 20 years ago. I am hoping that the same thing does not happen. And that is coming true from the heart, folks. This is an ongoing saga for us here in Northeast Ohio, and I am happy that I have a front row seat because, let's face it, one or two things are going to happen. Nothing or chaos.